Sorry. Adjective. Feeling regret. Compunction. A word commonly used. Sympathy. To make a yelling person shut the fuck up. Feeling sorrow. Feeling or sympathy. Expressing regret. Or sorrow. Feeling sadness. Or a sense of loss over something done or disappointment. Especially because something unpleasant has happened or been done. Sorry. A word women use to apologize for existing. A word that can mean everything, or something simply said in passing. As a young girl, I was taught to apologize for things I never saw my male friends apologize for. I apologized for asking questions in an academic setting. I apologized when requesting a water from someone's parents at a sleepover. I apologized for existing. I apologize for being exactly who I am. As I got older, I recognized I was not the only one doing this. I watched the beautiful, strong, independent women around me apologize for existing. So when it came to my sociology project and choosing a topic, I knew that I wanted to stare this word down. I wanted to understand the power and its deathly grip, specifically on women. So I created a survey that my male friends and my female friends and even people beyond my own circle volunteered to take. What I wanted to learn through my survey were 3 specific questions. 1, whether or not the gender you identify as affects how you apologize. 2, how often do the opposite sexes apologize daily? 3, is my thinking that women apologize more than men correct? As I was waiting for results to come in from my survey, I wanted to research about why women stereotypically are the more apologetic sex. So I found some articles and some letters that I will link if you'd like to read them. The first one I'd like to share with you is Sarah Grimke. This was written in 1838. In these letters, Sarah Grimke is a strong, powerful woman for the 1800s. You have to understand that this is a time where women were widely accepted as the meeker sex, as the apologetic sex. Sarah's letters are a perfect depiction as to how the male gaze was treated and as how women were the object of the male gaze from a very, very young time. Sarah's letters even challenged the Bible. I shouldn't say they challenged the Bible. She didn't challenge God's words. No. She challenged the people who transcribed the Bible, men. Men who wanted to make sure that the status quo and the structure that they have already built that keeps them at the top of the pyramid continues to have them at the top of the pyramid. She goes on to challenge these men and say that it wasn't God who translated these incorrectly. No. The mere mortal men were the ones who got it wrong. For the second article that I found, it was written for Men's Health. And unfortunately, it is not a beautiful picture, even though it was co-written by 2 women and a male, called Wipe Away Her Tears. The title alone indicates to men of Men's Health magazine that all women are vehicles of tears. All women are sad, emotional, apologetic beings. They're meek. They need the male to give them strength. Hold that thought. This article was written with the intent, I hope, to help men in times where they feel they don't understand the opposite sex. However, The way this article goes about helping and giving tips is so sadly, blatantly misogynistic. The fact that this article was written in 2002 blows my mind. All of the tips that they give men are to apologize for things that they didn't necessarily do or that they did wrong. The third article I have for you is one that is jumping ahead 12 years. So times have changed just a little bit. This article is written by Jessica Bennett. Within her article, she brings up an ad that I was actually unaware of about how women are apologizing for simply existing and how it needs to stop. But it was very interesting to hear Jessica's take on it and how it affected other women in her life and how she saw a change in her self-talk, how she was more aware of how often apologies are blended into our normal life. They're in our jokes. They're in our emoticons. Think about that. There are literal emoticons or emojis to signal to someone that you're sorry. Sorry is so embedded in our culture that we have emojis to express that we are the weaker sex, that we should apologize for existing, and we use them. For my fourth and final article, Crosley points out the idea that sorry shouldn't be a word that we automatically take away in our vocabulary. It's not something that we should no longer say. No, it's something that we need to understand that it is good and it is right in the proper context. But we should not apologize for existing. We should not apologize for being exactly who we are. And specifically, Miss Crosley and I have very similar views. I find myself aligning with this article's ideals way more. What am I supposed to take away with all of this? Let's talk. When do I say the word sorry? Well, as a strong woman has taught me, I allow myself to say sorry in two circumstances. The first circumstance is if I physically hurt someone. The second circumstance is when I intentionally hurt someone. Physically, emotionally, mentally. That's the only time I say sorry. Or I get to say sorry. So many circumstances where sorry is not necessary. You don't have to apologize for asking for water at a sleepover. You don't have to apologize for asking questions, especially in an academic setting. You don't have to apologize for being exactly who you are. I know what you're thinking. Julie, what were the results of your survey? Well, I'm very thankful for those who have taken it so far. And right now I am at 17 responses. For my first question, what do I identify as? I have a surprising amount of males that took my survey, 29.4%, or 5 males. And I have 12 females, or 70.6%. Question 2. How often do the opposite sexes apologize daily? Interestingly, for my males, it's a tie. So, 80% of them are apologizing 6 to 20 times per day. More than I thought they would. For my females, 50% are apologizing 0 to 5 times per day. It's incredibly interesting to note how often males feel as though they apologize. And again, I have a small pool of males to pull from, and I do wish to keep this survey going. That way I can get a better grasp on the actual numbers. But it is interesting to me how my hypothesis that women apologize more than men, which is my third question, is my thinking that women apologize more than men correct? It's actually way more even than I had anticipated. But what's disheartening to know are the answers that are given to me as to why people apologize. I find within those answers very little differences. People apologize for existing. People apologize for things that they don't need to apologize for. If you'd like to take my survey, I'm happy to leave a link to my survey down below or in the description box. It is absolutely anonymous. I only share my responses in a scientific way, meaning your name doesn't even get sent to me. I don't even know who took my quiz. I appreciate all those who have helped me so far, and I am interested in future responses.